Thank you for thank you for joining us. This is Intelligence Modifier with RPGaDay, day number 7. Engage. I'm John.
I'm Clint.
I'm Theo.
And I think I'm going to let Theo take it away. Go ahead and get going.
Thank God.
Oh,
I'm still thinking.
There we go.
Well, you can always cut here too.
I'll have to admit, it's been a long time since the three of us all recorded together, so it's kind of fun and nice. It's been Clint and I for a good long while. So it's nice to see Jonathan back with us. So engage. So our question is, so those of you guys joining us, RPGaDay is a question, is a prompt every day. Today's word is engage. And our questions are, what are some of your favorite ways to engage players? Or what are some ways that you might improve that you see as common for DMs of various skill levels? Ooh, the best part is Jonathan added this literally today, so he decided to be like, make you all think. This is what we're doing. You get to think.
Yeah, one little extra.
You got to use the little brain juices there. You don't want them to dry up and go away.
Yeah. So in my Swindale game, Clint is playing a Hexblade Warlock, packed to an ancient green Shadow Dragon, which we have not named yet because there's a dragon supplement coming out soon that's going to probably have naming conventions, so we'll do it then. And I had each player meet something that was appropriate to their backgrounds or the secret that you choose in Icewind Dale, or just something that was tied to them. They got something that was very intricately to them. So that is one way I engage players. And then my skills as a DM, actually, I will admit, I've grown a lot in how well my stuff goes. I've had groups where beforehand they could just railroad me across the board and do whatever they wanted and get all the fun, cool stuff because that's just how it goes. To now, if a little group railroad me, it's because I'm like, sure, you guys can do all that, and then I give them all the consequences later, and they hate it and everything. But I also keep a lot more track, and I'm a lot more engaging with my players. And I think the only big advice I can give for any thing is planning. Prep work can even be just if prep work. Do your prep work. It helps, especially if the plan does go off the rails. You still have something that you can look at it and go, okay, we're still kind of on the tracks. We're just kind of jumping a little bit right now.
Gotta switch tracks once in a while. You just don't want to, try and do a barrel roll. You're not playing Ratchet and Clank on the grind rails,
This is not Star Fox. Do not do a barrel roll.
And that was engaging. I did like that part because, yeah, you messaged all of us a while before game saying what's things you would like to have item-wise for your character, and I just straight up said, I need armor and a better weapon because I have no good armor because I just didn't start with any good armor, so I was not doing well because I was a frontline fighter and with no armor.
You're the DPS, and you're the DPS.
Yeah. So getting gifted a magic sword from the claw of my pack master was pretty cool, and I liked that. But yeah, and I get to name the sword too, so I've got skin in the game. Well, I guess I can answer next if yeah. So it works well with D&D, and it works well with Exalted and other certain games that give you if you do something neat, here's a thing. So I try, at least this is what I was trying to do when we played in Meat Space, was I would give out because both of you were in my game. I'd give you the metal coins for inspiration, or I try to remember to do that. So you get a little token that you get helps you remember to freaking spend your inspiration so you can do cool stuff. And Exalted has the same kind of mechanic that if you do something neat, I can just be like, hey, that sounds cool, have a couple more dice for your dice pool. So trying to let people do more stuff within the confines, which also is weird because I feel that a way that I could improve is being more I could be not as rigid. I feel like I'm always stuck to my pre-gen adventure, and I don't let you guys get away with a lot of crap if it's outside of the box. But D&D is kind of it's kind of a box that doesn't let you get away with a whole bunch of crap sometimes. but
Well,
that's something I could approve on.
I think it's also the campaign being ran versus like
Something you've
later
generated.
campaigns. Like Tyranny of Dragons is very much that rigid point A to point B to point C to point
It's a
B
chase.
campaign.
It's just a chase. You're just chasing
It's
someone
it.
the entire time. You
It's a
have no
chase
chance for
the entire
downtime.
yeah, it's that chase for the entire first half of the campaign, and the second half, tells DMs, "Hey, we're gonna completely flip the narrative you've been going with, which is chase and going from point thing to now you've got more options, you got more room,
You
can
have a
be more
hub world.
free."
You have a hub world, and you're given missions, and you're able to go out and do stuff, and you can have downtime in between every single bit, and you guys have time to go and buy magic items and do other things and stuff. So this one was kind of tough, and I also needed to remember to like give you guys freaking loot. You should have had magic items just by fighting the main bad guys, but I would just give them whatever to have and not like roll on the random the random freaking things to give you guys more money. And well, actually you guys had more money than you knew what to do with. You just never had a chance to spend it. But if you random rolled magic items, you guys could have had at least some kind of magic items by the time you reached level like 6.
Whereas Icewind Dale is very much, hey, your first 5 levels are just explore, because the campaign doesn't start till level 5, and this is just a way for you guys to get used to all the stupid crap, like there's nothing in the shops ever, or everything's so expensive.
Damn scarcity.
Scarcity gets so annoying.
Well, to honestly, to be fair, when it comes to the Icewind Dale campaign, it's literally, hey, the entirety of Icewind Dale is locked down behind eternal winter, because the game takes place at like high summer, but it's eternal winter because of the ice, the winter goddess. So nothing can get through. That's why there's scarcity. And I was like, I kind of like this. It's kind of freaking inducing.
Well, to bring it back around a little bit, for me, the way I like to engage folks, I'm kind of a more physical at the table kind of dungeon master. I don't think I've run for Ted, but I have for Clint.
Yep.
And Clint can probably tell, I like to try and gear my body language. Hey, player one, what's going on? You try and give everyone just that little bit of physical attention. And, you address them and you try and make sure everyone gets, if not an even amount of time, at least a chance to speak. What do you want to do? How are you feeling? How's your character feeling? And I feel like that helps quite a bit. But sometimes you can kind of do that. And I've done this where you engaging, and then you're really into what someone's doing. And you kind of run off your train of going one after the other or to whoever needs to be speaking. And you'll devote too much to one person, or you'll be too rigid and you'll be just you and then you and then you and then you, and you aren't letting it develop organically and naturally like you need to be. And so I guess for me, that's the kind of way I could improve, and I could definitely see some other people improving, is loosen up and they're people too, just like you and me. And they're just here to be wacky and zany or serious or whatever the mood of your game is. And, that's the kind of fun you like to have, then fantastic.
You also use dry ice and everything. Yours was that, because I'm thinking of when you ran Trail of Cthulhu. Yeah, no, that was so fun. That was such a fun.
Physical props can definitely play a big role too.
You told us all to bring different tea, and you had dry ice going on in the background and stuff, and I wasn't allowed to smoke my pipe because I have fancy old man pipes. And we did it.
We all kind of live in no smoking spaces, so yeah.
Don't tell his landlord that we were smoking in his house.
I've moved, it's fine.
Now I have been the body language thing, like focusing a person to person, give them each time like a talk and everything like that. I realize I only really do that if I have femme presenting players at the table or quiet players at the table. My loud cis male players don't need it. They don't need that personal time. It's, what do you want to do? They speak. Clint doesn't do this. Clint is actually really good at this next part. But then if I turn to, like, say, first time female player at the table, I go, what do you want to do? And the loud person starts to go, I was like, you did now. So And slowly but surely, but I'll do like
I usually will fade away and let other people take the front after I've had my little spotlight, and then I'll let other people take it.
Well, I've had groups where it was
that was the last time we were playing in person for your game, Ted. The last dungeon of the Mad Mage, where I'm a police officer and stupid ridiculous crap, but then I dropped back and let the other people basically take their go and stood back and Riley did the same thing. They also just kind of shut up along with me. We were like, let them have their turn, and we just sat there quietly and let them go.
Yeah, because you two were my big, like, I had my two big loud role players. I had the person who never spoke because they wanted to do everything through text message until I forced them to talk, because they could talk easily, but they just refused to. I had one person who just doodled and would just be like, eh. And then we had another player who's still in the game who actually would he was just naturally quiet. And so so she appreciated all that. So it was perfect. But yeah, I wish I could do in-person gaming a bit more with, like, because I have like a group of people who love to, like, get back together for this kind of stuff, because I know it'd be like amazing sessions and games, especially since I have like so many other campaigns now to try out.
Yeah, I do too.
How many pots to make too? Oh my gosh.
I wanna finish the game that I'm running for you guys, and then it's like either letting you guys take it over for a short couple months and then doing something totally different. But this is other stuff. We're getting off topic. I'm gonna pull the reins in, because I think we're basically done now on this topic.
Pretty much are.
So, Jonathan, you can take us out.
Well, I guess it's some closing words on the topic. You know, not everyone needs the same amount of time every game. And I hope everyone knows that engagement takes practice. It's never going to be perfect, but you'll always be getting better and better at it. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
For the word stream, but we might not use that word. We don't know. So, till then.